So I'm having a moment here. It's kind of dread. I'm thinking about the things that are going on in the U.S. right now, specifically in the last 24 hours. There's a lot of conversation around a financial bubble, they're calling it, bursting early, probably first quarter of 26. I'll be honest, when I hear that, I'm like my heart, like, it's very scary. If I was in my 20s, it probably wouldn't be that scary because I'd have time, as long as I wasn't made a handmaid. Yeah, I'm serious. I'd have time. But at 59 and my husband at 61, there's no time. So if there's this burst where not only does the stock market get impacted, but the banks are so impacted that they are now in control of how much of your money you can withdraw or you can move around. That scares the shit out of me. That scares me to think that I wouldn't have control of my own money. When I think of how Republicans were so okay with people, and I would say predominantly in the South, not receiving their SNAP benefits and going hungry, when they were okay with that, it just says everything about our nation. Honestly, it really does for me right now. The Dems caved. I'm so mad. As a progressive, I'm so mad. But there's a part of me too that kind of understands. It's like, how long do you let people go hungry? And then the other side of the argument is, well, how long do you let people not have health care? It's just, I'm just really worried. And I'm like, I wish I was a multimillionaire. I do. Because if I was, there would be so many things that I could do to help, first and foremost. But I could also make sure that Brett and I and the boys are okay, and that at least we can do 6 months up here in Canada a year and feel some peace in our hearts and in our minds. But then I think, well, even if I had $5 million, if the financial bubble bursts, which I'm not even sure why they're calling it that, quite frankly. It's not like a housing bubble. That I get. We've experienced many of those. But this financial bubble, I don't get where they're coming up with that. So even if I had $5 million, I couldn't access it. They're literally talking about not being able to access your own money. Imagine what that could do to so many people. So when I say, I keep going back to this. I keep hearing Stephen Miller say he wants to reduce the population. And it's like, and I may be crazy, but it's almost like they're trying to we're going to try this. How many do we lose here? We're going to try that. How many do we lose here? Oh, we're going to try that. How many more can we get rid of? That is how it feels right now. Like they're trying to do that to us. And here I am up in beautiful Canada, where I wouldn't have to think of these things. I wouldn't have to worry about these things. I don't know what to do. I told Brett, I said, shit, maybe we should just try to rent a house and stay the 6 months that we're allowed to legally stay and see what happens this whole first quarter. But then I think, my God, I have a house I have to get back to in Tennessee and take care of and perhaps put on the market if after the first quarter, like, it's worth anything. I don't think that people should have to worry and suffer at the level that Americans, citizens of the United States of America, are having to do right now. I would say the bulk of the population is feeling the squeeze on all of this. And I don't know that it can change. It just seems like it's one bad thing after another. The only good news today, honestly, is that, thank heavens, the Marriage Equality Act is safe, which almost blows my mind. It's like confusing. Like, here you have this really conservative Supreme Court that is completely controlled by Trump, and yet they do this. So it's almost like, I swear to God, it's almost like the billionaires and the trillionaire are just fucking with us to drive us crazy so that we look like this and we talk like this and we think like this when we've been feeling pretty peaceful and happy up here in Canada. If I can't access my money, I couldn't come up here even if I wanted to live. How would I? Ugh, it's just icky right now. It's been icky. It's been icky for a freaking decade with Trump ever since he came down that escalator. It's just been non-stop, just always, even when he wasn't in the Oval, he was still here. And everything that surrounds him was still here. And you've got Fox, just brainwashing people. And you've got, this whole MAGA thing is just like the cruelty. And I just want to be up here where people reach out to you and they offer help or guidance or just a little support or a hug or a cup of freaking coffee. I don't know. I think things are about to get much worse, and we're about to go back. And I don't know.